When you were thinking of adding a new furry family member to your home, remember that adopting a pet is truly a noble thing. Last year, the Humane Society of Southern Arizona adopted out nearly 6,000 homeless pets to families.
Wow, that's amazing. And no matter what you're looking for, shelters and rescue groups around town are destined to have the right pet for you. Here to talk about why we should consider adoption first is Samantha from the Humane Society. Welcome back, Sam.
Thank you.
It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
And I'm glad we're talking about this today because I do think that a lot of people have a misperception of shelter animals in general, and maybe they think of them as broken goods. But can you maybe tell us how you get most of your animals, and then that is a misperception?
It is, yeah. Most of our animals actually come to us through human-related issues. So whether that be divorce, or you developed allergies, or you're moving away, or now you've got a medical problem that you have to deal with, or you've got financial issues that you're dealing with. None of these problems are the animal's fault, but it is, it happens, and sometimes those are just the ways the animals come to us.
Well, and do we know Simba's story?
Simba was just a stray, so he just kind of ended up on our doorstep.
Yeah, and he's ready for adoption, right?
He is, absolutely. He is ready to go home. He's super affectionate, very easygoing, but he's also very active, so he wants someone to play with him, to take him on walks, but also just he wants to cuddle.
I can tell he's a lot of energy. Do you know, is he good with other animals?
We don't have any history of him, so you would have to do an introduction, but he's really gentle. He's strong as a lion, but he's also like a little cub, so he's a great guy.
And that actually goes into, I know some people say, I don't want to go to maybe a shelter because I don't know the history of the pet, or what they've been through, or their parents, or what their line is. But you guys are always very forthright with any information.
Absolutely. I mean, and you hit it spot on. We don't always have the information because the animal comes to us in odd circumstances, but we try to get as much information as possible. When that animal walks through the door, we have the person fill out a full sheet on anything they possibly know. So whether or not they spent 5 minutes with this dog or 5 years, we get whatever kind of information we can so that we can share that with adopters.
And I'm sure you look over all the animals and give them kind of a medical evaluation as well, and maybe pick up some more information that way.
We do. So they all get examined when they first come in, and then, so not only are we looking at their physical condition, but we're checking to see how do they handle handling. So if do they not like it when you grab their back feet? Are they unsensitive when you're touching behind their head? Things like that. We make note of it, and we let doctors know what happened in that exam room and how they took through everything that we did.
Which I think is really weird, that some people think that if you get an animal from a shelter, somehow they're going to be more unhealthy than any other dog. Dogs by breed have, certain things that they go through or they're prone to. I don't think one necessarily means is going to be more prone to that, right?
Right, absolutely. So no matter where you get the animal from, you're always going to run the risk of them having a medical issue, either right off the bat or somewhere later in life. It's not predictable. I will say, however, though, mixed breeds are generally healthier than purebreds. You generally don't. Yeah, you generally don't have all the genetic diseases that go along with a purebred when you get a mixed breed.
That's interesting. I had no idea. Now, I'm sure some people are watching and they're like, I do want to adopt a pet from the Humane Society. I have no idea what kind of pet would be right for me, right for my family, right for my household, the size of my yard. I mean, do you have any tips, any advice on how to pick the right animal for our family?
Of course, and all those things you mentioned are absolutely things that you want to be considering when you're looking at a pet. If you are a homebody and you really don't like to leave your house, then maybe you need a dog that is wanting to be near you at all times and also isn't super active, and they just want to sit next to you as well if you don't like to go out. If you're super active, then get a dog that is super active. Don't get someone that doesn't want to go out with you. And at the same time, if you're not active, don't get someone that really wants to go out. So it's trying to match what you have. And if you've got little bitty kids and you've got a giant dog like Simba who may or may not know how big he is, think about that too. There's lots of factors to consider, and just it's important to do your research and not just look at what the animal looks like or what breed they've got, but to really see what their personality is.
So I think that's a really good point, because we have small kids in our house, and we have been pulling up the Humane Society website because we do want to adopt another pet for our bandit who needs a friend. And that's what the kids do. Oh, look at that cute little tiny puppy.
Yeah.
That's all they see. So it's a really good point, because there is so many other factors to consider when adopting an animal, of course.
It is, and I love that you guys are having a special right now, which is going to hopefully keep us from having so many extra animals that need homes, right?
Yes. So it's the 85705 special, and that is to get dogs in the 85705 area code spayed and neutered. So it's really important to prevent pet overpopulation, and that's our mission. So we want to make sure that that's happening.
And I think that's great.
And this morning, I watched the Westminster Dog Show this morning because I'm getting ready for Saturday.
Yes, we're excited. So it's going to be our cover dog competition. All the proceeds are going right back to the animals, and then we're going to, take pictures and have a really fun day at La Encantada and find that perfect face for the Tucson Lifestyle magazine.
I'm really going to try to be a good judge, but
You're going to be the best judge ever.
I know I'm a horrible judge because I love them all. I can't judge them. I'm like, you all win. You all get a prize. So Saturday, I hope everybody comes out and brings, their dogs, and we're going to find the perfect cover dog. And I hope we're also going to get Simba a great home.
Yes, so we do. And make sure you buy tickets online for the cover dog competition.
Is that on your website?
Yes.
That's awesome. And also to find that pet that will love you unconditionally, the Humane Society has you covered. They're located on Kelvin, northeast of Country Club and Fort Low, and they're open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 6 and Sundays noon to 5. For more information, you can call 327-6088, and to get those tickets, log on to hssaz.org.